All the big names in the music industry are paying tribute this morning to Stephen Gately, who died over the weekend. He was only 33 years old. And I'm joined now by the man who broke the story, showbiz editor Dan Wooten. And Dan, I think everybody's just in shock about this because he was so young, such a lovely, lovely bloke, and it's just such a tragedy.
Completely. I mean, I first got the call after midnight yesterday, and it's the type of phone call you take, and it was from someone very senior in the Boys Own camp who obviously knew that this had happened.
Yeah.
But it's the sort of thing, it really took me aback because I just thought, how, why? We know nothing about him being sick or having any health issues. It's not a car accident. If it's an accident like that, you can sort of say, okay, I understand. It's difficult to take, but I think because of the fact that he had no health issues, by all accounts, he wasn't a massive party animal or anything like that. No. It was a real
He's just been on holiday and he's had a few too many, really.
Exactly.
You know, most of us have done it, you know, that's the thing. Really, really sad. The boys from Boys Own, they're all over there, aren't they? They've gone to Mallorca, I believe.
They
the rest of the band.
They are, and I mean, I spoke to Shane in the early hours of the morning, and actually, even at that point, the first thing he said was, we're all getting together, we're all going to go there. And I don't know, for me, that really shows what a close, tight-knit bunch of guys they were. And the fact is, this wasn't a pop band brought back together to make money or to further people's career. Actually, they never broke up. They just went dormant for a few years in the year 2000.
They were always good mates, weren't they? There was never any split or
exactly,
like that.
And they stayed great friends. And I think it's particularly tragic that this happened at a time when their fans were loving them more than ever. They were really successful. They were loving each other's company.
Absolutely. They were in here at the start of the year. And they were in such good form. We had such a laugh with them. And, you know, they were all so excited about being back together. And they just, you know, second time round kind of thing, it was all really good. And any time I've ever talked to Stephen, he's always been such a delight. You know, he's just a genuinely really lovely bloke.
Absolutely. A really nice guy. And apparently, and again, this is so sad, he had really big plans for the year, massive projects planned. The Boys Own album was all ready to roll. Nothing, I don't think, was recorded, but they'd picked the songs. There was going to be another one.
I wonder if they'll still do it. Do you think as a sort of tribute, or can they? I don't know. I'm sure it's way too early for them to be even thinking about that.
Exactly. I think it's too early for them to be thinking about now, but obviously the fans, and they will have to think about this because you can look at it in both ways, and I don't think any fans would be angry if they said, look, you know what, now it doesn't feel right to do this. But likewise, I don't think they should get any criticism if they do decide to go ahead with it.
No, not at all. The thing about Stephen was, and it was only, what, 10 years ago that he actually came out, that he told the world that he was gay. And things have changed in 10 years because that was a big deal then.
It really was.
It was very brave of him, to be honest, don't you think?
Incredibly brave, because at the time, obviously, there were gay pop stars, but what there wasn't was a big current heartthrob in a big boy band.
He was the cutesy pie that everybody fancied, wasn't he?
And then girls and guys could love him, so it was great. What's wrong with that?
Do you know, I'm sure he actually said that to me. He said, I've got a whole new fan base and it's wonderful. But he was really happy. It's almost like he was relieved that it was all out in the open.
And what he did is lay the groundwork. I mean, this year we had Duncan James from Blue come out as being bisexual, and then Mark from Westlife. Exactly, not a big deal anymore.
Nobody minded. But he was kind of a trailblazer like that,
Well, he was,
wasn't
because
he?
Back then people were thinking, could they have another number one with a gay member?
Gosh, isn't that
now
strange?
we look back at that and just think how stupid.
Exactly. And he was really happy with his partner. I mean, they were, you know, they had their wee dog, and I remember he's talked to me about he'd hoped to adopt, and he was, you know, he just was a happy person.
Absolutely. Monday night, or last Monday, so literally a week ago, he was at that big awards ceremony.
Yes, he was at Pride of Britain, wasn't he? Yeah.
And I read some quotes from him there today saying, you know what, I feel like it's all come together. I'm happy in my professional life, I'm happy in my personal life. So, and you know what, 33. It's too young really for someone like that.
It is. We feel very sorry for, obviously, for his partner and for all the boys in Boys Own. And Louis, of course, great friends. And he didn't do the judging last night in the X Factor. I just don't think he felt up to it, did he?
No, at the start of the day, actually, Louis was like, I want to go out there, I want to do it as a tribute for him, because Stephen, again, so sad, was a really big X Factor fan, and
He
he'd
was.
planned to come down later on in the series. Was going to be on Extra Factor, was going to really get behind Louis' act. So I think Louis really wanted to do it because he knew that Stephen would want him to do it. But you know what? He was in shock, and as the day wears on, I think going out there to do something so big would have just proved to be a bit too much.
Absolutely. Dan, thank you so much indeed. I know you broke the story, but it was a call you would never have wanted to receive.
No, absolutely not.
Thank you.
Horrible news.
Our thoughts are with all Stephen's family and everybody who loved him.